Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's an honor to have you back here, and today we are going to be talking about a very frequently asked question to me, which is what cars to consider and eventually buy in the 10 to 20 lakh segment. Now this video especially focuses on crossover SUVs as they are the talk of the town, they are the ones which sell the most, and they are the ones which are being preferred most by the average Indian consumer. So we are going to talk about that, and since this segment has completely outpaced the sedan segment, there are a lot of options now which are available, and we are going to take an in-depth look at each and every one of them and ultimately give you a better sense, especially with your decision making process or just your general preference about which car to go for. Now, the first product which comes to my mind immediately has to be the Hyundai Krita. This car has literally redefined the entire market space. It was the car which got introduced initially. It made sure that it actually took over the sedan segment. This car was responsible for the demolition of the sedan segment in India, especially the C segment, where you have cars like the Honda City, the Hyundai Verna, its sister car. The segment has been completely reduced to tatters now, and that is because of the Hyundai Krita. This car was ultimately the one which made Indian consumers change their taste and prefer SUVs. Now this car in its current guise comes in a powerful TGDI engine, 1.4 liter, which packs in 138 horsepower. It has novel features like a panoramic sunroof, like an air purifier system, like an 8-speaker Bose system, and a tire pressure monitoring system. You name it, you got it. All the features are present. The car also packs in good amount of space, and it is good for an average nuclear Indian family, especially if you are going on long trips. The car will really help you. Now the only drawback, and I think this is a major drawback, at least according to me, is the horrendous design. I'm really sorry, but I have to term it as that, because the design itself really doesn't live up to the rest of the car. The design really spoils it for me, and especially the rear half of the car really is an offbeat feature of this car. The design certainly doesn't live up to the rest of the car, and it has been a contention raised by many. And while design is a personal choice, I certainly have to at least warn you about it. Now, coming to the second option, which is a favorite of mine, a personal favorite of mine, while others are too for their own reasons, but this is a particular favorite of mine, which is the Kia Seltos. Now, I know there are a lot of safety concerns with that, especially with its only 3-star GN cap rating, which frankly even I would admit could be improved upon, certainly could be improved upon. Every car in this segment has to strive for at least 4-star rating. And the best case scenario would of course be a 5-star rating, like we see with our homegrown Indian cars, like the Mahindra XV700. But coming back to the car itself, the car provides a suite of an entire suite of features. You name it, again you got it. It's a sister concern with Hyundai. So all the features of the Krita are ultimately found in the Seltos too. You've got ventilated seats, you've got 360-degree parking camera, you have 8-speaker Bose systems, air purifier, tire pressure monitoring, driving modes, turning lane parking systems. A lot of the features, all of the features are shared between them. So you have all the features and probably the most high-tech car in the segment. You also have the same engines carried forward. However, the difference lies in the tuning of the cars. Kia Seltos has always been the most sportier car. It always packs in that bit more punch. So if you do lean towards driving a bit more, the Seltos might just be more enjoyable to drive compared to the Krita, especially due to its firmer suspension. So it does actually give you a better feeling when you go in corners, or even while you are just handling the car generally. It also does pack in a good amount of space and is quite comfortable too. And it does really make it a great all-round option in this segment. Now, coming to the third option, and this is a bit of an outsider, but it really has flown under the radar for many Indian consumers, and that is the MG Aster. MG Aster is again a really strong competitor, and while it does have some Chinese affiliations with it, the car is really a strong alternative, and you can really go in for a heavy discount too, especially because these cars are not selling in that high amount, especially in terms of its sales numbers. So maybe if you go to MG dealership, they might just give you a heavy discount. And considering the amount of features it packs in, which is at par with the Hyundais and Kias of the segment, or even more novel because it was one of the first cars to actually bring in ADAS systems, which are particularly important for a country like India where road safety is still a big concern. It also packs in novel features like the AI system which the car has, the AI robot, and while personally I do feel it is a bit gimmicky, others might find it cute. Along with a good pairing of engines and transmissions, the MG Aster does provide a good option for you. Now, the rest of two cars are again sister concerns like Hyundai and Kia, which is Volkswagen and Skoda. We have the Volkswagen Tycoon and the Skoda Kushaq. And just like Hyundai and Kia, they are very similar. They share the same set of engines, practically the same set of features, and the main difference comes in with regards to how they are tuned. Tycoon is again a bit more sportier. It does pack in a bit more punch. It likes to be thrown into corners a lot more. So again, for driving enthusiasts, it might just prove to be a better choice compared to the Skoda Kushaq. The Skoda Kushaq is a bit more laid back, but again, it does pack in a good set of features and that Skoda brand tag, which is perceived as a premium brand in India. However, one thing to note is that both of these cars are smaller than the rest of the cars which I have mentioned. So space in these cars, especially on the rear end, might be a bit of an issue, especially if that is a big concern and you have a larger family. So that is a thing to take note of. Otherwise, these cars are great, especially if you are feature driven or you are performance driven. Now, another last mention which I would like to bring in is the Nissan Kicks. Now, this has been an underrated mention. This car is almost on the verge of being phased out, but it is a great value buy. It is actually the most powerful car in the segment with almost 150 horsepower in its top end variants, and on lower end variants you can get a great deal even on the top end variants, because the fact is these cars again are not selling well. So if you go to a Nissan dealership, maybe they will just give you a hefty discount, especially if they would want to clear the stock. And this car really offers great value, although compared to its rivals it is not as premium. It does not have that much of extensive dealership network, so even that is a bit of a concern. But if you want a newer car at a great value proposition, Nissan Kicks might just be a good option, considering it's powerful and also has a decent set of features. And while if it is not as premium as its rivals, it still offers great riding comfort too. So that is again a great option to go for. Now, out of these, I did almost narrow it down according to certain categories, but if you are purely performance driven, I would certainly say go for the Volkswagen Tycoon or the Skoda Kushaq. If you want a feature driven car, especially with safety features, or you are concerned about novelty, the MG Aster is a really good option to go for. If you want great all-round cars, Hyundai Krita and Kia Sorento are really good options. Also, they have extensive dealership networks. Their service network is quite good. The quality of the service itself is really good. Hyundai has been known for its service networks, and Kia has been building upon its service network greatly. They have a huge dealership network too, with almost more than 300 dealerships. And if you want a great value buy, the Nissan Kicks is a great option. Now, you might tell me that there are other options like the Kia Carens or even the XUV700 and the Tata Safari. Well, Kia Carens is again an MPV, although it is a great option to buy in this segment, but it only stands out to me personally if you have a larger family of at least 6 or 7 people. Then it carries that utility and is easily the best choice in the segment. And with regards to XUV700 and the Tata Safari, well, these cars go above the 20 lakh price bracket, and they are quite a bit more expensive compared to these cars. And first of all, they are also much more larger compared to these cars. So there is automatically a big amount of difference. But we all know XUV 700 has again stormed the market, and you really cannot fault a consumer to go for that car as such. But this was my video regarding the best cars to go for in the crossover SUV segment, priced between 12 to 20 lakhs. I hope that you did like this video. Please let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do share this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.